Yeah. What's up, people? Let's see if that's good. Welcome in. Have I got a treat for y'all? Title suggests we're gonna be saving your wrist today. Dude, as a yoga instructor, seeing this now for years, the wrist takes so much of your practice. I mean, you're on it for a lot. Down dogs, planks, all the stuff. So try to go today with using them as little as possible for practice, but focusing on helping floss out tension, maybe get a little strength in there as well, but trying to not use them as much as possible. We'll see how that goes. And I promise it's not because I've done like 80 chaturangas today and I don't want to do chaturangas anymore. It's really because, again, wrist takes so much, and anything that has been traumatic damage to it prior, or if you just have really tight forearms, or say you play guitar, you drive car a lot, you use your cell phone a lot, which we all do, it's easy to build up tension there that then translates to your practice, whether that's in a good way or a bad way, a painful way. So we'll try that today. We're going to be taking a seat for a little bit while we do some of this wrist stuff, and I would suggest, not required, but I would suggest a roll of a couple of towels, so it's really thick. This is 2 towels rolled together, so it's almost like the size of a football, or a thick rolled blanket. Again, about as wide as your hips, maybe slightly wider, so you can get your calves and your hamstrings all in one fell swoop. So if you want to follow along with that, feel free. If you want to just take a seat during that, again, it's totally up to you. You can just take a comfortable seat while we do some wrist stuff. Couple minutes before we start, grab what you need, set up. We're going to start in a seat. So make that seat comfortable for you, something that you can sit in for a few minutes without getting too worked up, without feeling too much sensation. Here we are. To get it nice and lit up in here, because I want y'all to be able to see what's going on. Yeah. All right. If you're just joining, welcome in. We have on the docket today, we're going to try to save the wrist. So we're going to use a little less chaturangas, maybe no chaturangas, as long as I can remember not to say chaturanga, and do a little work on them as well, a little reflexive work, fix it, see what happens. Find a seat. And again, I'm going to suggest that you take that blanket. Again, it's not required, but if you did, go ahead and grab your towel or your blanket. We're going to smash your calves while in a seat. So if you're following along with that, turn to the side, take whatever roll of blanket you took, and bring it all the way to the crook of the back of your knee. And this can be a little weird to make it stay. Once you start to sit down, it usually starts to move. So, pro tip, lean forward, top of your head on the ground, grab it with both hands, pull it towards your hamstrings as full forward as it'll go, then sit back to lock it into place. Then come to sit. Alrighty, that's intense. That's the way it should be. And this is all muscles. There's some arteries and veins and stuff in there as well. But for the most part, it's going to be fairly hard to injure yourself like this, especially if there's nothing hard or sharp in your blanket or towel, which there shouldn't be. So sensation here is normal. Find some calmness within that sensation. Let's turn back to the front so you can see where we're going next. Right, I'm going to take a little bit to the side. So whatever seat that you've chosen, again, this can be just a cross-legged seat. This can be however you want to sit. I'm going to take the heels of your wrist to touch. We do this in my class a lot. I'm going to try to keep your wrist touching the entire time. So spread your fingers wide like you're holding like a crystal ball. And I want you to spin your wrist to where the back of your hands are together, they'll separate, but your wrists stay together. Roll your hands down and then forward, keeping your wrist touching the entire time. So back of your wrist, side of your wrist, front of your wrists, and then keep that going. I want you to control it. Squeeze in when you bring it in, and then open up your fingers wide. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do that 3 more times. Forget about whatever sensation you're feeling in your legs. This is pretty intense for the legs right now. If you're smashing calves. All right, come to center. Reverse. So squeeze in, round forward, pull in and up, and then back to center. Like raver hands, right? Were those kids in school? Maybe you were that kid in school. I can never do it. I wasn't into the rave culture, but they did something that looks similar to this. I'm just going for 3. I digress. For 2. Last one. And release. Shake your hands. Maybe flick off the water. Shake off the haters. Lean forward. Move your prop down just a little bit. So closer towards your ankles, but not quite on your ankles. Just between. Right on your, I guess your Achilles there. And then we're going to take a little bit further. So I want you to take some pulses here. So as if there's this space in between your hands, this air pocket. I want you to begin to press with power, squeeze in. So you're squeezing your shoulders down, press your palms together, and then inhale, release. And then again, exhale, press, squeeze each finger into one another. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Do that 5 more times. In, out. In, press your fingers together firmly. Out. 2 more. In. Exhale, power together. 1 more time. In. Exhale, press, and then keep the press going for 3 breaths. Maybe palms touch. If they do, keep squeezing fingers together. More breath in. Exhale, release. 1 more time. Give them a shape. Shift forward. All right. I was going to say tabletop, but we're not going tabletop. Step your feet towards the top of your mat. We're going to take a forward fold. We're going to reverse any of that situation you just had on the front of your legs. Take a breath in, reach your hands up, wiggle your sit bones down, maybe wiggle your feet left and right. So again, everything is supported, seated naturally. Take a breath. Then exhale, hinge forward with your chest first. Again, arms keep reaching forward like your friend's holding you up. Keep leaning forward, stretch your hands up. When you can't go any further forward with your hands lifted, then let them relax down and round your forehead towards your knee. Ooh, buddy. There's the depth. Flex your toes to your face. Drive your heels forward. An active version of a forward fold. So again, like you're trying to connect the back of your knees towards the ground. 3 breaths. Around. Back up through to seated. Go from here. So then come back to standing on your knees. So you're going to take a little bit of spinal movement here. So squeeze your shoulders together. Draw everything up and in. So squeeze thighs together. Tuck your tailbone forward. Shoulder blades squeeze onto your back. Elbows draw until they almost touch. And then inhale, lift up your chest. We'll take 4 rounds of breath here. And squeezing your thighs together, driving them forward. And feeling as if somebody took their hand, sliding from your low back all the way up to your shoulders to lift and expand. Full breath. Come back down. And then we're taking it to forearm tabletop. So elbows to the ground, palms out flat. And then walk your knees back until they stack underneath your hips. Again, shoulders stay stacked on top of your elbows here. I want you to press into the thumb side of your hand. So it's like you're rotating from the outside of your arms inward to your thumbs. Press that down, squeeze your shoulders together, and then press your elbows even further down. So you get this puff of your chest, almost like a cat pose. And take 2 rounds of breath within this modified cat version. Come back through to neutral, and then inhale to a cow version. So tuck your belly up and in, lower it towards the ground as you pull your chest forward, point your tailbone up. 2 rounds of breath. And keep your neck long, maybe chin tucks towards the chest, so the back of your neck is long. And then breath to movement. Take a breath in, exhale to your modified cat pose. Press your elbows down and squeeze them together. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Again, exhale, press around. Inhale, forward. 2 more times, exhale. Inhale. 1 more, exhale, press. Inhale, pull. Take a breath there and hold, and then drive your hips to your heels, child's pose. And still get powerful through your hands. So spread your fingers wide. I want you to spin your elbow pits upward. So it's like you're spinning your biceps to brush your ears as they point towards the ceiling. And then drive your hands powerful to the mat so your hips get pressed to your heels. And breathe so deep that your belly expands and presses away your thighs. Maybe expands at your low back, your kidney band. 2 breaths. Walk your hands back in towards your legs. All right, we're going to take this into a modified tabletop. So we will be on your wrist just for a second, but we're going to take some movement so it won't be full on wrist action. So your left hand will be flat underneath your left shoulder. You can press your left hand down so your shoulder's strong and supportive. Your right hand is going to flip to the back of your hand so your palm faces up. Spread all 5 fingernails flat onto the mat. Spin your right elbow pit forward. So your left or your right elbow spins back. Your right bicep will spin to the front of the room. Notice that rotation forward. Hold that rotation forward. Now we're going to make the OK symbol with your thumb and your index finger, with all 4 or other 3 fingers staying on the ground. So you can try to touch tip of your thumb to the tip of your index finger. The other 3 stay down. Take a breath in. And then exhale, release. Take an inhale. And then exhale, try to make that with your middle finger. So tip of your thumb and your middle finger touch. Spread out your other fingernails wide on the mat. So take an inhale, open up. And then exhale to your ring finger. And press your other fingernails flat. Yeah, it's intense, I know. Inhale, open up. And then exhale to your pinky finger. And all other 3 stay down. Inhale, open up. Gently release. Wiggle your right hand, maybe your left hand as well. Give it a shake, let some fresh blood come back. Flex, and then start to flick off your fingers like you're flicking water at your sister. Flick it off, flick it off, flick it off. All right, other side. Left palm faces up. Spread your fingernails wide. Your left wrist will be underneath your shoulder. So if that felt weird on the right side, just check with how far forward or back you have your wrist. Stack it underneath. Spin your left elbow pit forward. From here, make the OK symbol, left thumb and index finger touch. Spread your fingernails wide. Inhale, open. Exhale to your middle finger. Inhale, open. Exhale to your ring finger. Inhale, open. Exhale to your pinky. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Give it a shake. from there, step your left foot forward, step your right foot forward, come to stand, take it to a mountain pose. Take a breath in, reach your hands up. On your exhale, press your palms together above your head and then pull them down to your chest. That same pressure, that power you had earlier. Do that here. Again, inhale, open your hands up. Exhale, press your palms, draw them to your chest. 3 more, in. Out. Last 2 in. Out. Last breath in. Exhale, pull it to chest. Settle here. Whatever comes your way on your mat, take what comes with the intention of pulling on whatever suits you. Whatever works, take it. If you see something that doesn't work, you know a better path, more supportive for you and your body, take that path. Open yourself up to that empowerment. Preparing for your practice, take a breath in through your nose and open your mouth side out. Breathe in, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. All right, let's keep this going. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift your left knee up with you. On your exhale, open twist towards the right. Towards the left. Left hand down and back. Your right hand extends forward. Squeeze your shoulders together. Again, you're activating your back line to open up your front line more. Your front line's pulling, resisting. Squeeze to oppose that. All right, inhale back to one-legged mountain. On your exhale, low lunge, slow and controlled. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Lower your left knee down to the ground and reach your hands up. Kneeling crescent lunge. Now you can balance that entire time. Your hands don't have to touch the ground at all. If you're completely wanting to save your wrist, and there's no need to put extra pressure on your hands more than we already have. If that's an okay transition for you, or if that support makes it more supportive and accessible, take your hands down on the ground. I'm giving you the option to let that go. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, take a breath in, and exhale, side bend towards the right. Now can you squeeze your thighs together? More so try to squeeze your right heel to your left knee, and your left knee toward your right heel. You got power there. Grow up from that power. Breath in, then exhale, twist. Left elbow to your right knee. Now for this one, make a fist with your left hand. I want you to plant your right palm on your middle knuckle and your index knuckle. Because again, with those knuckles, have all the support of your bones. Your pinky and your ring finger, a lot less support. There's going to be more joint action there. You want to put pressure on joints. No more than you really have to. Belly up and in, take an inhale. Exhale, press into your hands. Find your twist. And then inhale back up to kneeling crescent lunge. Retrace your steps. Exhale, half splits. Flex your right toes, pull your hip back. You can keep your hands at your heart. You can extend them back behind you so you've got this curtsy shape with your arms. Pulling your right hip back. Blocks to the ground is an option, or hands to the ground is an option as well. Yeah. Maybe challenge your core. I love this option, especially in flow. This is my jam. 2 breaths. Drag your right hip back. Flex your toes like they're about to touch your nose. And then inhale, reach back up, kneeling crescent. And then exhale, low or standing splits. Lift your left heel. Again, fingertips on the ground. You're supporting yourself mostly with your right leg. Breath in. Exhale, fold forward, both feet together. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Mountain pose on an inhale. Come all the way up to standing. Exhale, Samastahiti, hands to your heart. See, it wasn't so bad. No wrists, right? Let's try the other side. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Right leg lifts. Exhale, open twist to the right. Right hand down, left hand forward. Activate your shoulders together. Open up your heart. All right, inhale back to one-legged mountain. Exhale, low lunge. Again, slow. Bend your left leg. Send your right leg back. Again, you can do all this without touching the ground. Then lower your knee down. Reach both hands up. And powerful legs. Use that to extend your chest and your arms higher. And the more powerful the base is, the bigger you can go, just like a skyscraper, right? Weak foundation, you're not getting that high. Grab your right wrist, breathe in. Exhale, side bend to the left. Powerful legs, again, squeeze thigh to thigh. All right, breathe in. Exhale, revolved crescent. Right elbow down. Again, palm to the index and middle finger knuckle. Press. And wrist stays straight if it's trying to bend. Work to keep it straight. Less pressure in your hand, but you have to draw your belly up in and you've got more core strength to work with. Again, inhale back to high or kneeling crescent lunge. And then exhale, half splits. Again, fingertips on the ground, super light with your hands. Float your right heel. Point your right pinky toes down. Straighten your left leg as much as is possible. Lift your chest away from your lap. And breathe in. Exhale, forward, fold. Halfway lift, reset. Fold on your exhale. Again, inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, Samastahiti, hands to your heart. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Let's take a reset before we move on. Step your feet as wide as your mat. We'll take this to Malasana. So palms to touch, bend your knees, work down into your low yogi squat. For your low yogi squat, maybe your hips are in line with your knees. Maybe you're lower, hips lower. But allow yourself to be strong within this. So again, there's a lot of bounce, a lot of buoyancy. You're not stuck at this low point. If you're stuck, I want you to reassess your shape. Find what makes this feel like, again, you can explode up from this. This is powerful. 3 breaths. All right, inhale, reach your hands forward, maybe reach them up. Exhale, fold, fingers touch the ground, straighten your legs, toe heel your feet together. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot to the back of your mat. This time leave your left knee lifted. Wow. Inhale to a high crescent lunge. It's also third class of the day. So if you wonder why my shirt looks dark gray and light gray, or if my hair's all jacked up, it's because I've been sweating and moving, y'all. Lift your left heel high, deepen into your right leg. And notice, maybe you can't see there, but as I deepen into my right leg, my knee's going past my ankle. That just means that I have more space to work with. If that's happening to you, toe heel your right foot forward, then deepen into your lunge. Again, left heel stays lifted, squeeze your left glute, turn it on. It stays active. All right, breathe in. Exhale, open twist towards the right. We're gonna keep that going. Right hand behind you, left hand extended forward. Now take your right hand to your left thigh behind you. Inhale, exalted warrior, reverse revolve. And can you pivot your right hip back? Squeeze thighs together. Find an accurate representation of your tightness here. And I want you to grow up from that. And breathe in. And then exhale, revolved crescent. Left elbow to your right knee. Hand into a fist. Palm into your knuckles. Press them in together. If you're pressing palm into knuckles, can you press elbow into knee? Can you press knee into elbow? Ooh, there's the practice right there. 2 breaths. Big movement. Inhale, star pose. Left heel down. Open up to the left side of your mat. So you've got this X shape. Turn your toes out. Your heels will point in. Squeeze thigh to thigh. Arms up and out. Again, let them drop from your shoulders and squeeze onto your back. Inhale. Exhale into goddess. Knees wide, hands to your heart. Again, it's like a super lifted, wide version of your yogi squat. So maybe sway left and right. Again, without letting your knees go way past your toes. Just see what kind of resistance you get along the way. Hell, let's get some movement in. All right, hands behind your back. Take a breath in. And then on your exhale, dip your right shoulder in towards your right knee. And inhale back to center. Exhale, dip your left shoulder in towards your left knee. Squeeze your obliques. Inhale back to center. Exhale to right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Keep this going. Breath to movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. In. Out. In. Out. Last time through. In. Out to the right. In. Out to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Turn your toes to the left. Fold over your leg. Oh, yeah, that feels great, right? Release all that after the hip and core engagement. Halfway lift on a breath in. Pull your chest forward. Fold on your exhale. Twice. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. 1 more, lift. This time, fold. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Standing splits. Lift your left leg high. Breathe in. Fold on your breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. All right. Reach up to mountain. Breathe in. Hands to your heart. Breathe out. All right. Mirroring that. Other side. Right leg high. Breathe in. And exhale, low lunge. Step it to the back of your mat. Again, try to touch without using your hands. Inhale to high crescent lunge. Find your stability here. Spike your back heel. Deepen in the front leg. Adjust whichever one needs to be adjusted. Front foot forward. Right hip forward. Grow up from that. Take a breath in. Exhale, open, twist towards the left. Squeeze shoulders together, open your heart. Left hand to your right thigh. Inhale, exalted warrior. You press your right hand or left hand down into your right leg. Use that to get longer through your spine. Breathe in. Exhale, revolved crescent. Two more rounds of breath. I know you've got this. Spike your back heel high. Draw your belly up and in. Constrict it. Full breath. And then inhale, star pose. Heels out. Or heels in, toes out. Squeeze in. You're going to get tall through your spine by getting strong through your legs. Breathe in. Exhale, horse squat. Second round. Goddess pose as well. Horse squat, the layman's name. But here we are in our squat. Either way. Take your hands to your lap, right to your thighs. Breathe in, lift up your chest. Then exhale, dip your right shoulder in. Get a twist. You may get some pops and cracks through your spine. You don't have to, though. If it doesn't happen, you're not broken. And vice versa. Come through center. Exhale, left shoulder dips in. Take your knees out wide. Twice more. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder dips. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder dips. 1 more time through each side. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to your goddess pose or star pose. Exhale, forward fold. Wide legs. This time, walk your hands over towards your left leg. Start with your left and then follow it with your right. Spin your inner thighs backwards. And actively drag your chest closer towards your left knee. Let your head get heavy. Shake yes and no. Through center and over towards your right leg. Same thing. Left hand follows your right. Spin your inner thighs back. So you're trying to widen out your sit bones where the sun doesn't shine. Take it apart. Pull your chest towards your legs. Full breath. Come back to center. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Low lunge to the top of your mat. Standing splits. Breathe in. Fold on your breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. Malasana, exhale. Step your feet wide. Come into your low yogi squat. Second round. All right, press your palms together and down. Again, that's going to help widen out your knees. Lift your chest proud. 3 more rounds of breath. Full round. Inhale, reach your hands forward. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Let's take a reset. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach high. On your exhale, straight arm back bend. So reach your thumbs to the back of the room. I'm going to step back so you can see this business. Squeeze thighs together. Reach your hands up. Stretch them as you extend back. But again, the stretch back comes by squeezing thighs together and extending your arms and heart up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Samastahiti. All right, we're going to take that one time through. Breath to movement. I say that and check the time here. Oh yeah, we are golden, y'all. From mountain pose. Inhale, one-legged mountain, left leg lifts. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, back to one-legged mountain. Exhale, step it back to low lunge. Hands stay lifted. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, open twist right. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, revolved crescent. We're going to stay for a full breath here, y'all. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, horse squat. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Low lunge to the top, breathe out. Standing splits, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, reset. Fold, exhale. Inhale, mountain with a straight arm back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Right leg high, inhale. Exhale, open twist right. Woo, inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, low lunge, hands stay floating. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, open twist left. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, revolved crescent. Full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse squat, goddess pose. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Low lunge to the top, breathe out. Standing splits, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair pose. Let's take 4 rounds of breath in a strong chair. So again, as always, knees and feet don't have to touch, but as long as they're doing the same thing. So knees underneath your ankles or above your ankles. If your feet touch, knees touch. If your feet are apart, knees are apart. Squeeze thighs together, but at the same time thighs squeeze together, press your feet away from one another. Turn on the outside of your thighs as well, so everything's engaged. Woo, already feel that. Take a breath in. Stay for your breath out. All right, keep this chair shape. Hands stay above your head. I want you to slowly begin to lower yourself down into a super, super slow sleep. So hips stay extended back. Knees don't go past your toes. Super slow, couple inches. When you finally get your hips down toward your heels, come to a seat, boat pose. Hands behind your legs to start with support. Press your legs into your hands, pull your shoulders together. Resist that to lift your chest. Point your toes, flex your toes, whichever one you want to keep it. It doesn't matter, just pick one. And then arms out. All right, take a breath in, reach your hands above your head. And your exhale, twist towards the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to right. Keep that going. In, out to the left. In, out to the right. Breath to movement. We're not going to use the wrist. So that means no planks, no chaturangas. That doesn't mean that we neglect your core though, right? It's so important. Keep that going for 3. For 2. Even out your sides, last 1. Lower down onto your back, press into your heels to lift your hips, bridge pose. Clasp your fingers, interlace them till your palms can touch. Press your triceps down into the mat to lift your hips higher. Let's take 5 rounds of breath here. Finding a release of the activation that you just had on your front leg. Right? The expansion and the contraction are opposing and necessary. Breathe in, come to your tiptoes. Exhale, release your grip and lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. All right, from there, hug your knees to chest, roll up to a seat. Y'all, I'm gonna be real. I took Hannah's class earlier today. Sorry, I just muffled myself. And it was wonderful. She teaches at Black Swan here as well. She has some videos online, I believe. Great abdominal work that she put us through. So I'm going to take you through the fun things that we did there as well. So hands behind your hips for support, and I suggest coming onto your fingertips. So you got this like spider fingers, so that you, again, don't wear out your wrist. This is just a light support. Your core is doing most of the work here. Hands, 5%, right? All right, so I want you to take your legs out straight. Let's start with the right. So as wide as you can. I want you to lift your right leg up off the ground, swing it up and over towards your left, like you're bringing it over a big block in the middle of your mat. And then take a breath in, exhale, up and over back to the right, and then repeat. Left leg lifts, inhale, over towards the right, exhale, bring it back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And keep this going, in, out, in, out. Use your core instead of your hip flexors. Lift your chest. If you feel like that tight sensation, try bending your legs. It's going to take less stress on the hip flexors, just as much activation of the core. Let's keep this going for 4, for 3, for 2, last 1. Come back through to center, take a breath in, lift your chest. Exhale, fold over your legs. Flex your toes to your face, drive your heels forward. Stretch out the back of your legs. And give yourself a chance to open your front line as well. 2 more breaths here. All right. Now is the time we're going to use our wrists. So either reverse plank or reverse tabletop. So palms flat, either fingers pointing towards your hips, or you can spin it thumbs face out, fingers point back. Either take a bend in your knees for reverse tabletop. Again, light pressure on your wrist or a little bit more. Keep your legs straight. Reverse plank. Lift your hips, point your toes down, squeeze your glutes, open up your chest. We're here for 4 rounds of breath. Now, if you're in this flat palmed, I want you to spread all 5 finger pads wide into the mat. Spin your elbows forward, especially if you have your thumbs facing out. Help that outward rotation of your shoulders to support you better, to open up more space for later. Breath in. Exhale, lower down. Good. Lower onto your back. Hug your knees to chest, give them a squeeze. And then figure 4, right leg. So left knee, foot to the ground, take your right ankle over your left knee. Pull your thigh to your chest. Squeeze it in. Now there's a fulcrum action happening here. So as you're pulling your left knee in, press your right knee away with your right elbow. Now can you try, with the strength of your own right leg, to extend it a little more forward, like you're pressing your knee forward into an elevator button. At the same time, you're pulling your left thigh to chest, again, creating this storm of power, and then match that storm of power with calmness in your breath. So 3 more rounds here. Stay as long as you'd like. When you're ready to move on, release your left leg, bring the sole of your foot on the ground, keep your right leg crossed just like it is, and then let your knee twist out to the left, arms stay out to a T. This can be a stopping point here. If you want further, take your left hand to your right thigh, press your knee away from you. And pressing your knee away, wherever you're feeling the sensation in your right hip, I want you to take 5 deep rounds of breath there. So complete focus. The focus here being on relaxation. So again, notice tightness surrounding it. Can you gently release it? Deepen how long you exhale for. That can stay longer within the pose. Find more space. 2 more deep breaths. Last round. And release. Unravel back through to center. From here, still on your right leg, take your right foot under the crook of your left leg for cat pulling its tail. So grab your right foot with your left hand. Gently allow your right shin, calf, and thigh to plant towards the ground. Your knee will come towards the ground as well. If you want to take this further, reach your right hand up. Extend it towards towards the top of your mat now. This can be intensified further if you want to put something underneath your low back. So if you want to start this pose out with a block, maybe that blanket or towel roll that we started with. But again, lifting up of your hips can allow a little more deepening of your right inner thigh, a little deeper stretch from the angle. So 3 rounds of breath here, or reassess your shape. All right, unravel yourself piece by piece, just the way you went in. Take your right hand, grab the outside of your right thigh, and assist yourself back up through to center. Hug your knee to chest. Gentle sway left and right, just some movement. Maybe draw circles with your knee. Plant both feet on the ground, bridge pose. Drive your heels down, lift your hips. Just to reset. We all love bridge. All right, hips down to the ground. Figure 4, left ankle over right knee. Lift your right leg, grab the front of your shin, pull thigh to chest, press left knee away. With your elbow, with your leg strength. And notice any bowing in your spine. For me, I feel like my right hip is pulled up to the right. So see where you can straighten out your spine. Compress your low back to the mat. Unravel your tailbone towards the end of your mat. Again, same thing, pressing your left knee away. Within all of that pressure, all of that meticulous movement, can you maintain some constriction? Full breath. And either stay here, again, as long as you'd like, or let your right foot touch the ground, arms out to a T, and then let your left foot fall to the right. Figure 4, supine twist. Right hand to your left inner thigh, press it away. And notice what reacts on one side versus the other. For me, my left chest has started to tighten up from this. You can feel my right hip still lifting up. So again, pinpoint those areas. Your only focus there is to send breath. So as if every inhale could fill up that spot with more air and stretch it. Each exhale contracts it, engages it. One more round. Inhale back through to center, right leg stays up. Take your left foot underneath the crook of your right leg, grab it with your right hand, cat pulling its tail. Gently let the outside of your left leg touch the ground, maybe knee touches finally. One further, stretch your left hand up and over towards the right. Just a little side body stretch. Again, focusing more on the release of your left inner thigh. Full breath. Come back to center, retrace your steps, grab your outer left thigh with your left hand, assist it back up, out, and this time step your feet wider than your mat, broken bridge. Right knee dips into center, and then left knee dips into center. Repeat that a couple times, slow to start, and then once you get familiar with it, take it a little bit faster. Make it about you. So speed is relative, depth is relative. Participation is relative. Make it about you. One more time. Bridge pose, or if you want, wheel pose. If you're ready to put some pressure on your wrist, you've been craving it, your fingers are itching, take it into a wheel pose. If you're still digging this wrist-free business, stay on your bridge. Squeeze thighs together, drive your feet forward. 3 rounds of breath. One more deepest round. Find some space. Release it. Lower hips to heels. Happy baby time. I'm going to take half happy baby on my right side to start. Again, I've been digging this. If you want to take full happy baby, go for both legs at the same time. I'll let you know when middle time is here so you can switch. But take the happy baby that serves you. For that, drive your heel up at the same time. Your right hand is your leash. Pull it down. At the same time, you're pressing away. So finding some resistance, a little rebellion, and then pull it in. If you haven't already, switch your sides. Otherwise, keep your shape, or maybe take a modified version. Change it up just a little bit. See what it feels like now if your heels are closer to hips, or if you straighten out one leg and bend the other. Two more breaths wherever you are. Hug your knees to your chest one more time. Round your forehead toward your knees. Find some gratitude for your practice, for your space, for your vessel. Breathe in together. On your exhale, Shavasana. Release, legs long, arms long. And allow yourself to free. Transcend the boundaries of your body. And let yourself be here. To let the control of your breath go. Shavasana. Big fan of longer Shavasanas. I invite you to check in with yourself. See if you would benefit from staying in this prone shape longer. Give yourself space to observe. Maybe just simply exist. If longer doesn't mean more benefit for you and you're ready to start your rest of your night, wake your body up gently. Deepen your breathing. Move your fingers and your toes, point and flex. Roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Roll your chin left and right. So you roll on the back of your head to wake up your neck. Once again, reach your hands above your head. Good morning. Stretch, zip your legs together. A couple times each, point your toes down, stretch your spine, and then flex your toes up. Again, point, flex. Draw your knees to chest. If you want to roll to the side and press to a seat, feel free, or to skip the wrists, roll up to a seat on the length of your spine. Your hands to your heart. Lift your chest up into your thumbs and let your shoulders relax away from your ears. A slight tuck of your chin towards your chest, so again, you lengthen the back of your neck. Recognizing the fact that there's a teacher, a student, light, and love in each of us. We bow towards one another and share the words. Namaste. Hope that was fun for y'all. That was fun for me. Again, that class couldn't have happened without the community around me. A big shout out to Evan McLean, to Hannah, whose class I took today, and to Lauren Brown, who teaches at Wonderlust. I get so much good stuff from her class. It's so knowledgeable. So thank them specifically, but also the community around me in general for the inspiration, the support, all of it. So again, thank you so much for showing up, for practicing. I hope you enjoyed it. Reach out to me if you have any more questions about wrist stuff with pain, tightness, any of that. All my Instagram handle is @JaredPose. Thank y'all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Namaste, y'all.